Yesterday's video ended on a rest day. So, this next video, on the same trip, first time in Savannah. So, saying this at the same time, I'm fixing breakfast. So, turning to that. So, hope you guys enjoy the second half of that trip. Welcome back, Red Knight Nation. Today is me's birthday. So, let's go give her this card real quick.
What's this? It's me?
It's me.
It's me? Life is better with a dog. For your birthday, I want to give you something very special, but it doesn't come wrapped, gift wrapped in a ribbon or bag. The day you were born, this would become a better place. Your smile lights up so many hearts. Your kindness touches so many lives, and your willingness to give so much of yourself has made a real difference. What I want to give you is, as a celebration, your special day is the knowledge that you truly are a gift. What? To those around you, I want to fill your heart with this peace, joy, and satisfaction that comes from knowing you mean so much to so many people. It's going to make me tea. I want you to know you are appreciated, loved, and cherished on your birthday. And every day, wish you the happiest birthday and a wonderful year. Happy birthday, Mom. You are going to have a great day. And love, son. Brian, also known as Red Knight.
We're making our way down to Savannah today. We're gonna stop here, get some breakfast. Saw some good reviews on it online, so let's go check it out. So, are you ready for an awesome day?
I hope so. I just need my coffee.
No what?
My coffee.
So, I got the Philly steak omelet, toast, grits. I'm trying for the first time. And what did you get?
Just cheese omelet.
Just a cheese omelet, raisin bread.
And pepper.
So we're gonna finish eating up here, then head to our next location. I gotta say the omelet's pretty good here. The Philly steak. Never had grits before. That was interesting. I think this place, I looked at the reviews earlier and said 4.3. I think it is up there. If you're ever down here, go check out this place. Yeah, Omelet Diner. Pretty good place. So we're here on Tybee Island. First stop, Savannah. Walking over some dunes. And look at that ocean.
Ships over there.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, Smee's not feeling that great right now. She's waiting in the car. Had to stop here, get a couple drinks and quick bite. Snack food last over to the next stop. We don't know how long we'll stay here in Tybee Island. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And Savannah's next. Guys, quick update. We're in the middle of a roundabout walking around. And it's kind of interesting. What does that say? Incorporated October
15th,
87. City of Tybee Island, Georgia. Kind of interesting. She's busy right now. So, yep. And get you guys in a bit. Well, we're going to be trying to get on the Old Town Trolley Tour soon. So, here in, I think I forgot what it's called already. I'll get back to you with that. So, the day gets interesting. We are heading to the tour bus, tour trolley. It's all the way over there. So, get ready. Are you ready?
Sit down and not have to drive.
Yeah. Through Savannah. Which, sorry, I forgot that name for a second. Earlier. But we got the ticket over there. Go across here and do this thing.
Over there in England, when they couldn't pay their bills, they'd offer them a new way of life to come to this colony here. United States, right here. More than 1,800 historical sites here for you. On your right, my Savannah Civic Center. 62,000 square feet, 15,000 seats of a social promenade area. Inside this Civic Center lies a little smaller theater. It's called the Johnny Mercer Theater. 1755. The first church we built right here in this corner were burned down in one of our giant city fires of 1889, spread through this whole area. Rebuilt the second one right here to the same original plans as the first one. It sits 227 feet up in the air. Stands out over our Savannah skyline. Sign. It would land right here on a gentleman's lap who was telling you his life story. You remember him? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. You know who he was, don't you?
Yes. My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
Center of this square, that's our founding father, General Oglethorpe. Well, we'll get a better look at him on the other side. He's finished being built, 1844. Fence line. The medallions on the fence line, all the famous presidents and poets. You gotta get to one of my stops. Go right there to the corner, right there around the corner right there. There's a stop where we'll pick you up right over there. If you were to go there, Back then, they thought that the more iron you had around your house, the more wealthier you were thought to be. Follow the gutter pipes on your right all the way to the bottom. Take a look at that spooky-looking dogfish. There's another one right here in the corner. Both of them made out of iron. On your left, the better view of our founding father, General Oglethorpe. That bronze statue and monument made for us by two famous architects, Henry Bacon Roberts. She pulls up right here in her car with her kids in the back seat. She comes to a stop right about here. She hops out. She runs over there to that big bay window. She looks in through the window. She sees her man with the other woman. Arabian. You're not gonna see another in the city like it. Then you used to have a center wall. Can you picture the Ford Model T cars we sold out of that building? Used to be a Ford dealership for you right there. Because it is severely haunted. Francis and Matilda Sorrell in this house, they were known for the lavish parties they would throw in and out of this house. Confederate General Robert E. Lee, he loved to party down in this house right here. This is beautiful Madison Square. It is named after your fourth President of the United States, James Madison, father of the Constitution. Center of this square, take him in best you can. The only monument in the city dedicated to a non-commissioned officer house. Charles Greene offered this house to General Sherman to make it as his headquarters. There's your historical marker right there. When he took over this city, 21st day of December of 1864. From this house, Sherman sent a telegram to Abraham Lincoln. It read, I beg to present you the city of Savannah as a Christmas gift with 150 heavy guns, plenty of ammunition, and 25,000 bales of cotton. You guys on the right-hand side over there? Guys, look up, look up. Look at the architecture in this beautiful Scottish Rites temple. Only master masons were allowed in this building. And on your left, this beautiful terracotta brick building is the first one, SCAD remodeled 1979. Cannons in the front doors. The building used to be an armory for us. But now, Pulaski, killed right around here where we're driving. October the 9th, 1779, Battle of the Siege of Savannah. He is buried right there beside his memorial. And on your right coming at you, get your cameras out. Your Mercer Williams house right here. Do you recognize it? Did you watch the movie? This is your Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil home. The alleged killing behind that pane glass window over there.
This is your house? Mm-hmm. Built by General Hugh Mercer in 1860, but he never lived in this house. His great-grandson was Johnny Mercer. The songwriter? Mm-hmm. Savannah's own.
I'm going right. Carry your eyes to the left. Far corner. Best you can, put them over there on the only Gothic-style Jewish synagogue in America. The oldest Jewish congregation in the state of Georgia. The third oldest in the United States. The Mikvah Israel congregation. Right-hand side, Armstrong Mansion. This one is covered in white marble dust. This is Italian Renaissance architecture. The fence line. Look at that fence line. Oh, yeah, that's an exact replica of the fence line in Buckingham Palace, England. Beautiful mansion. Used to be Armstrong Junior College. Was law offices and attorneys. It just got remodeled back into a proper side fountain. This is a replica of the Plaza de la Concorde in Paris, France fountain. We put it there. But folks, I'm gonna tell you, we ordered it out right now. All of you, take your eyes to the right. Don't miss the first one right here. Put your eyes on these beautiful Victorian-style homes from 1870 to the early 1900s. Down this beautiful stretch of road on your left, 30 beautiful acres of Forsyth Park, named after John Forsyth, Secretary of State Andrew Jackson's administration. He was also one of our governors. The white wall on your left, that's a fragrance garden for the blind to walk around and smell the roses. And on your left, in the center of the park over there, you take in that memorial over there. That gentleman standing way up there at the top, well, he's facing north towards his enemy. That's the Confederates Memorial. Well, we put that memorial there 10 years after the Civil War. There was no way we were going to ask the federal government to help to pay for it. They weren't going to do it. That we would send to Cuba to go fight at the Spanish-American War. They were supposed to meet up with hundreds. Forsyth Park, the Georgia Historical Society. Halfway down the park, a little closer to that fountain for you. Forsyth Park, the Georgia Historical Society. Halfway down the park, a little closer to that fountain for you. These are owned by SCAD, the college. They're administrative offices for them right here today. The white building coming over there on your right-hand side over there, that's an old building over there. That's an 1819 building. That's the state of Georgia's very first hospital. It was called the Seamen's and Poor Man's Hospital. Confederate soldiers used it. Union soldiers used it. SCAD bought it 3 years ago for $27.5 million. But look right here to your right. Put your eyes on 300 years old. This is the Candler Oak, a 16-foot base, 105-foot umbrella, 54 feet up high. That tree was there before General Oglethorpe was even born, and it's going to be there when me and you are long gone. The Candler Oak, 300 years old. Senegal. They got a museum in the top floor. It houses the old. This is Calhoun Square, named after your vice president from South Carolina, John C. Calhoun. And on your right, coming at you, the Massey Heritage Museum, the Massey School, stop number 5. This is the state of Georgia's very first public school. Jewel of a little museum, right? The brown brick to your left. This brown brick here is known as Savannah gray brick. You will see it throughout the city, not just in this little area. Savannah gray brick had a gray colored tinge to that clay. Mixed it up, fired it up, and it would be this beautiful brown. Folks, it is on these brown bricks we can still find a thumbprint, a fingerprint, a palm print belonging to a slave from the Hermitage Plantation. When they couldn't make this colored brick no more, they were tearing their carriage houses down around here, piece by piece, carefully, because they were getting $3 to $5. Millionaire's house back then. That's the Andrew Lowe house, rich cotton merchant back then. His son William Lowe married Julia Gordon Lowe. So on the back side of that house, you will find the very first Girl Scout headquarters and their old carriage house. Second floor of that house, that's where Julia Gordon Lowe would come to pass away. Died of breast cancer in 1927. And on your right, the beautiful Hamilton Turner Bed and Breakfast. This was the very first house in the city of Savannah to have electricity. And right in front of us, a massive block, the Sistine Chapel of the South, St. John the Baptist Catholic Cathedral. They laid the first cornerstone down in 1873. They finished it in 1896. It caught fire in 1898. Restored by the 1900s. The year 2000, it would go through an $11 million renovation, where they'd get back to back, walk off at 10 or 15 paces, turn around and shoot, and the loser would not have far to go. He'd be right here at Colonial Park Cemetery. The first burial, 1750. The last one, 1853. 6 acres, 600 gravestone markers. but more than 10,000 people buried here. Folks, all of these brick tombs throughout this cemetery, they all go 8 to 10 feet down into the ground. They got 6 to 9 500-pound fire bell that would ring to recall in all volunteer firefighters. Guys, look at this little light blue car. Look at that little emblem in the back of the tailgate there. Doesn't it look familiar? This is a Mustang, but it's one of the new SUV Mustangs. Look at that little thing right there. That don't look like no muscle car to me, guys. We're on our way to number 7, City Market. You got 2 homes coming at you on your right-hand side, folks. First one coming up with the flags. My Ballastone Inn, Savannah's first bed and breakfast. But this is where your movie stars. They like to hide out right there. Matt Damon, Robert Redford, Paul Newman, Danny Glover, Kevin Spacey, Clint, Denzel, Adam Sandler, SpongeBob, just to name a few. Sits right next door to the birthplace of Julia Gordon Lowe, born right here, Halloween night, 1860, one of the most influential women in American history, founder of our Girl Scouts in 1912. She would at one time be awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, she was. Let me ask, do I got any?
So, I don't know. Just zooming around right now. I think we entered a beer museum, but
I want to take the pledge of this audience to join me in a pledge that you will never rest until this old God-hating, Christ-hating, whiskey-soaked, Sabbath-breaking, blaspheming, emperor, making the whole world is bound to the cause of Jesus Christ by the golden chains of love.
no one. Oh, yeah. Take an elevator because steps were too much.
Maybe. Oh, it just looked like too many people there.
Huh?
Before you guys actually do move on, I do have one last thing in this room is I do have a little presentation to give. So, we do feel like it's important to bring up both sides of the issue going on here for Prohibition, between the wets and the dries. So on this wall right here, I've got a couple portraits of some of the big names that are going on either side of things. And on the dry team, we have this woman right here. This is Lillian M.N. Stevens. She's the 3rd president of the Women's Christian Temperance Union, the WCTU. You might have heard them mentioned earlier in the museum with one of the big groups pushing for prohibition, as well as the largest women's group in the U.S. Lillian to be a very organized woman and a very strong opponent for the cause of prohibition. She's been at this fight for a good bit of time. One of her earliest achievements would be in 1883, where she managed to have prohibition into the Maine state constitution. Pretty impressive, right? One of her biggest achievements would be in 1900, and in that year alone, she managed to add 1,000 new chapters of the WCTU across the country. She's very good at what she does, and she's not going to stop until prohibition is a reality. Now, on the wet side of things, we have a number of gentlemen that, while you might not recognize their faces, their names have a good bit of prestige to them, and you might have heard one or two of them before, especially if you have a certain alcohol preference. As we have Mr. Frederick Pabst, Joseph Schlitz, Fred Miller, David Yingling, and up here at the top, we have Adolphus Busch of Anheuser-Busch. Busch in particular was a German-born immigrant who made his fortune in the beer brewing business. Now, as a German, beer making and drinking was just a regular culture custom of his. I never saw anything wrong with it, so I stopped doing it. But Busch would eventually extend this belief that every American should be free to make, serve, and drink alcohol as they saw fit, which, as you can imagine, meant that some of the prohibitionists didn't really get along too well. But Busch and his beer brewing vice for this whole mess to be over pretty quickly and be able to go back to business as normal. This whole thing will probably blow over a little bit as soon as everyone
Comrade VR.
What the heck?
The wave of prohibition now sweeping over the United States is only a passing craze. If given full swing, its meanness and cruelty will ruin the civilized world. I believe they mean well, but they are on the wrong track.
On the wrong track? Good sir, this terrible disease that you and others distill has been ruining lives for many centuries. Alcohol has done nothing but bring an untimely death to thousands of our fellow citizens. The number is too high to bear, exceeding all those destroyed by war, pestilence, fire, flood, and famine combined.
Moderation is the answer, not prohibition. This anti-Zulu movement will run itself out over the course of time because the people will see that it rests on un-American ideals and interferes with personal liberties. The American people will never stand for it. Moderation, Mrs. Stevens? That is the only American way forward.
Mr. Busch, the only way to overcome trafficking in intoxicating liquor is through state and national prohibitions. We of the White Ribbon Army know that nothing has caused such misery in our nation as the manufacture and sales of alcohol liquor. Meanwhile, you and others profit from the ignorance of an uneducated public who know little of the effects this poison has upon their lives.
Madam, brewers make light, wholesome drinks. Our industry is a perfectly legitimate one. It is one of the greatest payers of taxes to the government and one of the largest employers of labor in America. Why should it not be maintained and sustained?
The liquor business is as fraudulent and damaging as the lottery. We believe that an amendment to our national constitution will be passed. And
the American people will reject this infringement.
And that the flag of the United States will finally wave over a nation redeemed from the home-wrecking, heart-breaking curse of liquor. God is on our side, and we are going to win.
We shall see who prevails, madam.
I guess you guys are going to find out what comes next.
Didn't know I had my newspaper.
See, that's one of the things, like, I've had a decent number of guests ask, like, do you guys have anything to get from? No, why not? It's not like this.
syrup.
This is just a family heritage tradition. Then, Prohibition says you can't make alcohol nowhere, legal or illegal. All the city saloons closed, all the business, you cannot buy, drink, sell alcohol nowhere. Well, guess what? That was great for the moonshiners. That business is booming here. It took off like crazy. I've been working this field day and night. You see that barrel of mash right there? It's about ready to rain. I'm going to put it in that steel right there, get that fire just right. The stump will go to thump. The creek water comes down right there and hits that copper coil. It should come out of there 120 proof. Well, that's looking good right there, but I tell you what, if you get caught with that 120 proof, you pay a fine. You get caught making that moonshine with that steel right there, you go to jail. Look at this light.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Look.
This is just a family heritage tradition. Then, Prohibition says you can't make alcohol nowhere, legal or illegal. All the city saloons closed, all the business, you cannot buy, drink, sell alcohol nowhere. Well, guess what? That was great for the moonshiners. That business is booming here. It took off like crazy. I've been working this field day and night. You see that barrel of mash right there? It's about ready to rain. I'm going to put it in that steel right there, get that fire just right. The stump will go to thump. The creek water comes down right there and hits that copper coil. It should come out of there 120 proof. Well, that's looking good right there, but I tell you what, if you get caught with that 120 proof, you pay a fine. You get caught making that moonshine with that steel right there, you go to jail. Look at this light.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Look.
Liquors from around the world. From port, the bottles are taken to open fields and smashed with wild abandon by federal, state, and local law enforcement officers. Even the locals get in on the bottle bashing action. Rum from Cuba, whiskey from Canada, gins from England, and liquors from around the world. From port, the bottles are taken to open fields and smashed with wild abandon by federal, state, and local law enforcement officers.
for many others throughout the land. With an eye on December 5th, work is being rushed in distilleries and bottling works. Thousands of beans going back to work in plants and allied industries. At least 500,000 new jobs are predicted as a result of it. From the same barrel.
Frogtown hop. You know anything about Frogtown hop? Ew.
Now, back in 1976, they also held the bicentennial celebration right here at the square. The entertainment that day was Kate Smith singing God Bless America and the Preservation Hall Jazz Band right here in Johnson Square. That big monument on the left in the center of the square commemorates General Nathaniel Greene. General Greene was second in command to Georgia Station, which is not very far from Savannah. As part of his reward for his war service. But you know, he was from Rhode Island. He really wasn't very familiar with the kind of Leopold's ice cream. Leopold's here is one of the old soda fountains. Dates back to the 1920s here in Savannah. Next to it is the marquee of the Old Wise Theater, spelled W-E-I-S. Now the Wise opened in 1946, and it's one of the old movie palaces. Seats about 1,100 people on the inside. The theater today is owned and operated by the Savannah College of Art and Design. Up in the center of the square, it's called the Wormflow Fountain, donated by the descendants of Noble Jones, one of the wealthiest and most well-known of the original settlers here in Savannah. He owned a plantation called the Wormflow Plantation, located not too far from the city, in an area way back as far as the Revolution. It's one of my favorite small museums here in Savannah. That's the Second African Baptist Church. It's all the way back to Patrick's Day. I'm sure that many of you are aware that that's a huge event here in Savannah. The other large building there next to it is the West End Hotel. Both of those were built back in the early 1990s. Back in the 1730s, when the early settlers first arrived here, the river right around this area was only about an island, still part of the city of Savannah and the state of Georgia. There's another river called the Back River that sits right on the other side. The statue was created by Felix de Wilton, who also created the Iwo Jima Memorial up in Washington, D.C. Also on our left, there by the river, you see the Olympic Cauldron. Now that was used when the Olympic yachting events were held here in Savannah back in 1996, here at the Atlanta Olympics. Now just to get back to Florence Martis, the waving girl there for a second, Florence lived with her brother, who was alive. Stop number 20. Donated by President George Washington to the Chatham Artillery when he visited Savannah back in 7. And one day they decided they needed parking here more than they needed the old city market. So they tore all of that structure down and put up a 4-story parking garage right here where the old square used to be. And it stood here on this spot for 50 years. Then they changed their mind again and decided they wanted that square back. So they tore the parking garage down and rebuilt Ellis Square just as you saw it back there. So that is at the same time the oldest African American congregation here in the United States.
So we ended the tour. Didn't record the last bit of it because I had to hop on Pokemon Go because of 2 new Pokemon shadows in the area. Couldn't get the one of them. But Smee,
yes.
How was that birthday journey?
Oh, it was just terrific.
Terrific?
Terrific. I had a truck tire blow out in front of me, leaving burnt tire all over the place. It scared the heck out of me. I think I'm another 10 years older now.
No, I meant the trolley tour.
Oh, that tour. That was very nice and interesting.
the,
I'd go in it again, but sit on the other side.
and what are your thoughts on the museum?
That was interesting too. I love the pictures talking back at you.
Yeah. And now we're heading back to the place where we've been staying at the past couple of days and resting.
Same age as me.
Nobody said happy.
Happy birthday to you.
Me!
Happy birthday to you.
Me!
Happy birthday, dear Slazzy. Happy birthday to you.
Yes!
Well, I have candles.
Hope you guys like this episode. Please, if you reach it this far, please leave in the comments. Happy birthday to me. Please go check out her channel. Link's going to be down below. And as of right now, it's just shorts on her channel. Some of them might be over 1 minute, but it's just our shorts. And see you guys around. Welcome back, Red Night Nation. A little while ago, I slipped off the steps in the apartment, landed on my ankle wrong, twisted it. Now I'm heading to the doctor's to see how bad it is, if I broke it or not. So, stay tuned.
Hit your gas pedal. It's your gas pedal foot.
Yeah, it's my right foot. So, see you guys in a little while. So I just got my x-ray done. I looked at the shoe. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. So, find out what's going on. See if I can return the rope sooner than later. Hopefully no serious injury. Well, I am back home. Actually, I've been home for a long while now. But I'm in a plastic case. So it's going to be some time before aiming for 2 days before I can go back to work. Letting that rest is the main thing, and it is harder for me to walk right now because that's my dominant leg that I sprained this morning. So, I'm still in pain. A lot of stuff still going on. Hopefully, eventually, I can walk regularly again. I know I have to make an appointment with my doctor and see how it is to him. And with that, I'll see you guys around the realm. Feeling close to disaster, apparently. I don't see anything wrong with my car. That was close.